Hi people, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was talking to my friend Chris about what I'm going to be doing this weekend, but anyways, I'm going to be about the rest of this is going to be my part 2 of my movie review of my Godzilla and Jurassic Park DVD collection, and here's pretty much the back of the DVD of the Mega Godzilla, actually the Godzilla Tokyo SOS movie, sorry. Yeah, here's the back cover of that's the new version of the Mega Godzilla. Then there's the one of the pilots in the movie, and there's a little scene right there of Godzilla. Yeah, this movie came out in 2003, which it later came out 2004, but it has like a little brief message of the movie right there, and basically it has like some of the wait a minute. It shows like some pictures of some monsters in the movie. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Godzilla films. Again, Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Yeah, this movie's been another good Godzilla movie at the Millennium series, which I enjoy that series. They made so many of these Godzilla movies, it's crazy. I mean, this has been going on since 1954 to like 2014 right now. And then who knows, in the probably next year or the year after that, they might make the sequel to the new Godzilla movie, which I'll explain that later in my video, but I was gonna get to this last movie in my collection of the Godzilla, then I'll talk about each of my ratings for all the movies, so. This is my most favorite out of all my collection. Godzilla Final Wars. It shows Godzilla, then you have a new version of the three-headed dragon, and then you have another Mothra in the movie. And this movie shows every monster in it, and here's a picture of Godzilla, Mothra again, and Gigan. I mean, that's what it shows of all the monsters in the movie. It's hard to tell, but can't really zoom in most of it on here. This explains the movie and stuff. This came out 2004, and it's about 2 hours and 5 minutes. And that's what it says, 2 hours and 5 minutes, and it came out 2004, which this movie is kick-ass. This is one of my favorite Godzilla films, and this is so awesome. I like it a lot. Yeah, that's basically all my Godzilla collection, and as you can see, I built on this collection a lot. And some of the movies in my packet, and then the box. Yeah, I like a lot of Godzilla movies. The next 6 Godzilla movies I'm gonna get is the Son of Godzilla, the Godzilla versus that plant creature one, and Space Godzilla, and the Destroyer one. That comes in a 2-pack. I mean, it comes with one DVD box, but 2 of the movies separate. And then there's Godzilla versus Megaguirus, and Godzilla against Mega Godzilla in the Millennium series, which that came out 2003. Actually, no, this one came out 2003. That one came out 2002. That one came out before the Godzilla Giant Monster All-Out Attack, which that one is just plain not really interesting to me at all. I just don't seem to care about that one. And then the final Godzilla movie I'm going to add to the collection is the Godzilla 2014, which is the newest Godzilla movie that they made, and I gotta say, that movie is pretty interesting. And it's weird because it has 2 weird alien creatures in the movie, which is pretty messed up. Yeah, anyways, that's what I'm going to be doing for my Godzilla collection, and After I get those movies, I'll complete my collection so far. So I'm just gonna give each rating of each of the Godzilla movies. I might as well say each one out of the back. Let's see, the two Godzilla, yeah, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and that one, the two versions of the Godzilla, the King of the Monsters one, the Japanese and English, they both deserve a 10 out of 10. Well, maybe maybe a 9.8 out of 10 for the Japanese one, but the official English version deserves a 10 out of 10. It's a really good classic Godzilla movie. It is a black and white film, but who cares? It's still Godzilla and it's kick-ass. And Godzilla Raids Again, that movie was pretty good. I like the epic fight with the Anguirus and Godzilla because that's the first time they ever faced each other, and it's a good classic film. It's just that fight scene was just like almost 10 minutes long. It's like crazy. But all in all, that deserves a 9.7 out of 10. Pretty good range right there. Then, of course, after that, what was the next one after that? Oh, yeah. Mothra versus Godzilla. I gotta say, that deserves that deserves a 9 point, let's see. How about 9.6 for that one? I think that deserves a good 9.6. I mean, that's pretty good. A movie around the 10 out of 10 range. It's a good classic Godzilla film. I mean, I liked it. It's pretty good. Then you have the three-headed monster of King Ghidorah. That's a good fight between the three, actually 4 monsters, because it's King Ghidorah versus Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan. Good all-out battle right there. So that's a good 9.5 out of 10. I rate it. Pretty good movie. And then we have Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. That's a good movie. 9.4 out of 10. Because it has Godzilla and Rodan versus King Ghidorah. A good 3-on-1 match. Or, I don't know, it's like a triple threat match right there between those 3 monsters. It's pretty badass. And it shows them destroying the city of Tokyo and stuff, and it's just classic. And, well, yeah, Godzilla's Revenge. Hate to say it, but that movie deserves a 4. It's not really interesting to me. I just hated that movie. It's more like a kid's movie of it. It's just, some of the scenes were just childish, and the awesome monster fights were the best scenes of the movie. Everything else is just garbage. That would be a good Godzilla film. But the Godzilla, actually Terror of Mega Godzilla, that one deserves a good 9.3 score. Because that is a good, decent Godzilla movie. Titanosaurus versus Godzilla and Mega Godzilla. Pretty good classic fight. And that's it for the Godzilla movies in that collection. Then, of course, I have Godzilla on Monster Island, which that's like a tag team, a movie of Anguirus and Godzilla versus Gigan and King Ghidorah. Which that movie is a pretty good one. Probably an 8.5. Good movie. At one part of the movie, it shows like Gigan hitting Godzilla's shoulder, which makes it, like bleed out and stuff. And they didn't show that in the English version of the movie. Well, they probably did, but they cut it out on TV because they didn't want to show that stuff. And that's more like the Japanese version will actually show the blood scenes in that movie. So yeah, still a good film. And then Destroy All Monsters. I did record that movie on an old tape, but the sound just came choppy, and it was a pretty awesome film, minus the tape issue I had on it. I mean, that movie was from an old tape. I mean, I can't really do much about it, but if I ever find that movie on DVD, I would still add that to the collection because, man, that was a good movie. A lot of good fight scenes in the movie. The city scene was awesome when Amanda and Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra were all in that city destroying it. It was just classic. And then, of course, the big ass fight at the end of the movie when all the monsters on Monster Island had to face King Ghidorah. Best scene of the whole damn movie, right there. But if I had to rate that movie, that definitely deserves a good 9.6 range with the rest of the other Godzilla films in that area. Pretty good, badass movie right there. Then, of course, Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, or Hedorah, or whatever you call it. I'm not sure if I would rate that one. Maybe a 3, because it is good, but actually not a 3, I would rate it a 6. It was a decent Godzilla film, not the world's greatest, but it's still pretty decent. I mean, not as good, but the scene with those two monsters fighting was good. The rest of the movie was just boring. But still a good film. And then there's that Godzilla vs. Megalon with Jet Jaguar and Gigan and Megalon vs. Godzilla. Again, that's another tag team movie with Jet Jaguar and Godzilla versus the other two monsters. But that was an okay film. Probably deserves a 5 out of 10. It was okay. Not the best good version of Godzilla, but it's still decent. And then after that I have my Godzilla versus the Sea Monster one. I would say that deserves another, well, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a pretty good movie. Not as good as the other ones, but it's still pretty decent. It's really good. And as for the King Kong versus Godzilla, I'll give it like a 6.5 stars. 6.5 out of 10. I would give it. I mean, the best scene of the whole movie was just King Kong versus Godzilla. Everyone else criticized both of them. Pretty childish. And then, of course, after that, I have Godzilla 2000. That one deserves a good 8.5 stars. I mean, 8.5 out of 10 is a good score for the Godzilla 2000 movie. Because in that movie, Godzilla fights like some weird alien creature, which eventually Godzilla almost succeeded destroying it, but damn, that creature wouldn't die. I mean, it took a lot for Godzilla to try and stop it. I mean, he uses fire breath, he tried burning him, destroys the spaceship, and he still burns everything around that creature, and he still wouldn't die. So, he just had to go inside the creature and blow him up from the inside, just to kill him. And that's the end of that creature, basically. But I don't know, it was a good Japanese Godzilla movie. I liked it a lot. It's pretty damn good. And then you have these two, which I don't know if I can rate these two movies yet because I haven't seen them, but I would say this one deserves a good 9 out of 10 and probably a good 8 out of 10 for these two. I'm not sure. I haven't seen these two movies. Until I get my Blu-ray player, then I'll probably watch those two, but they still deserve a good score. And then Tokyo SOS. Probably this movie, I would definitely deserve a good. It's hard to tell on this one. Hmm. I'll probably give it a good 8. How about an 8.5? 8.5 stars out of 10. That would summon that movie up. This one comes really close with the first Godzilla film, Godzilla Final Wars. I'd have to give this movie a good 9.8. 9.8 out of 10. That's how I would rate this movie, because this is just one of the best Godzilla movies ever. Well, not ever, but it's still one of the greatest ultimate battle Godzilla movies. All out attack, basically. I mean, these monsters just go all out on the city and just try and destroy it, and Godzilla comes in and starts like taking on all the monsters, and then the final boss with that Kaiser or three-headed dragon. That was the most epic battle. And that's basically all my Godzilla movies that I would rate them. Probably the ones I do buy, I'll do my own little review on those ones and give those a good scores too, because I don't really have those Godzilla movies yet. But when I do, I'll definitely rate those ones. And now, here comes the DVDs that I've been saving for last. And that is the Jurassic Park collection DVDs. Like I said, I've been saving those for last because those are my favorite movies ever since I had them. And I'll get to those in just a minute. I'm just gonna put these Godzilla movies somewhere. And here they are. Boom. Jurassic Park 3. Collector's Edition. And it's a full screen movie. I like that cover a lot. That is pretty awesome. And then another collector's edition of The Lost World Jurassic Park. It has all the 3 raptor heads on it. Pretty classic. And then a T-Rex head on the first Jurassic Park movie, which I recently watched this tonight. I had to, because this movie is just so good. I mean, out of all the Jurassic Park movies, this one is my favorite one. And I'll show you the whole cover of the movie. Here it is, the DVD of the Jurassic Park. The spine of it. That's right here. And there we go, the spine of the Jurassic Park movie. Here's the back. And it shows like the little menu thing, and then those are the 3 characters in the movie that I like, and then a cool Brachiosaurus scene. I gotta say, this whole movie is just so good. Yeah, that's a better view of the back cover. This was the first dinosaur movie I ever saw when I was a kid, because I really got into the Jurassic Park movies. When I first got these, I had them on tape, which was a long ass time ago. Which I wish I could have kept those tapes. I like the covers of each one, especially that 3D card on the second movie, which I liked on that little VCR tape. But all in all, it was pretty good. I like those covers. Would have kept them in my collection. Oh well. But I gotta say, the first Jurassic Park movie was one of my favorite ones out of the whole trilogy. I mean, I know they're making a new Jurassic Park movie, which is called Jurassic World, but that movie comes out this June, which I'm so seeing in the theaters. I mean, the rest of the movie looks so good, and they have one old character from this movie that came back, which is Dr. Wu. Actually, Dr. Henry Wu, which he returns in the new Jurassic World film to help them create new dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, there is going to be another outbreak in that movie of one big badass hybrid dinosaur that's gonna kill everyone. I just hope they don't change the raptors in the movie, because the velociraptors supposed to be evil in the movies. I mean, you can't change them. I just hope that movie gets good reviews, not bad, and hope it doesn't get criticized, because this is the movie we've been waiting for a very long time, and I hope that this movie continues the trilogy, or maybe this might be the last Jurassic Park movie we might get. Who knows? But I'm definitely seeing it in theaters, and I'm definitely wearing my Jurassic Park shirt to go see it. I don't care, criticize me, I don't give a shit. I'm wearing a shirt and watching the movie, because I am a good fan of Jurassic Park. Yeah, I'll show you what the inside of the disc looks like. Yeah, see, there it is. The Jurassic Park CD, just like the cover, and here's the chapters list, and then there's a cool scene of Steven Spielberg. Actually, I'm not sure if that's Steven Spielberg. It might be Stan Winston that designs the dinosaurs, but that's a pretty good little scene right there. Yeah, I like these movies. I have these in my good collection, and they're still good to this day to watch them. And then, of course, the Lost World movie. This one was one of my second favorite movies of the Jurassic Park movies. This is like my second favorite out of the three. Yeah, here's the back of it. I mean, it shows a little bit of the camper, and then there's Sarah, and of course there's Sarah, and of course Jeff Goldblum, and then shows those three guys with the Stegosauruses in the background. Yeah, this movie takes place after the first movie, when they made a second island of dinosaurs, and they tried keeping those dinosaurs on the island. They send a team to photograph them and stuff. Then there was a second team that was trying to take all the dinosaurs off that island and try to bring them to the mainland for their little San Diego park. Which one of the dinosaurs kind of destroyed the city, which was the T-Rex. Which that was a bad idea. Like Ian Malcolm says, taking dinosaurs off this island is the worst idea in the long, sad, bad ideas, or something like that. And he's right, because John Hammond tried that in the first movie, didn't work. These guys tried in this movie, still don't work. Keeping dinosaurs on islands is never a good idea. You should just leave the dinosaurs alone. Why mess with them? But anyways, yeah, that's my favorite Jurassic Park film. And then, of course, we have Jurassic Park 3. The third movie of this trilogy, I guess. Wasn't as great as the other two, but still a decent Jurassic Park film. And those shows like the pterodactyl, one of the guys being chased by it, and then the characters being attacked by a Spinosaurus, which, I gotta say, that dinosaur in this movie was most scary. I mean, that's what he looks like right there. Spinosaurus. Dun dun dun. Which, that's the new threat of that movie, because in Jurassic Park 3, there's one scene when the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus were attacking. I hated the fact that the Spinosaurus killed the T-Rex. He killed the symbol of Jurassic Park. And that dinosaur's been in all three of the movies. And the Spinosaurus just takes it down. Well, we all know that the Spinosaurus is more stronger than a T-Rex, so that's makes sense to put him in there. And of course, new raptors in the movie, because they put them in there. Then of course they have the other dinosaurs on the islands. They don't really show much of the other dinosaurs in some scenes they do, but they focus more on the raptors and the Spinosaurus in the movie. And of course, Dr. Grant comes back in that one. After the first movie, he took a break from the first movie for a while. Then he didn't, yeah, because he wasn't in the second movie because he didn't witness the San Diego incident with the T-Rex, because he says that in the third movie that he said, if anyone else has any questions about Jurassic Park or the San Diego incident, which I did not recall or did not witness. Yeah, that's what basically Dr. Grant said in that movie, because he wasn't there to witness that tragic event. Yeah, but the third movie was decent. I'll probably give my rating on these last three movies because I want to end this video pretty quick, so I'm just going to give each of the movies a rating, and then I'll just end the video after this. So, starting with Jurassic Park, this movie deserves a good 10 out of 10. Pretty good 10 out of 10. It's the most awesome Jurassic Park movie we ever have, and it's still the favorite one of the year. And then, of course, who knows, in the next 2 years they might make more, but this one has always been the favorite one. And then, of course, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. This movie definitely deserves a 8 out of 10. This, of course, is a 10 out of 10, the perfect score. This one is more of a 8 out of 10. Still a good Jurassic Park movie. This one's good, just as good as the first one, so that's pretty good. Between this one and this one, these two are my favorite ones. And then, of course, there's this one. Jurassic Park 3, I don't know. Just to be fair, I'll just give it a 7 out of 10. It's good, it's decent, but they could have done more work to this movie, but all in all, deserves a good 7 out of 10, in my opinion. Probably my score that I will predict for the new Jurassic World movie. I'll just say that I haven't really seen that movie, but my prediction score that I would give it would be probably a good 9 out of 10. Close to the first movie, but it deserves to be closer to the first one because that one resembles some of the first movie, but all in all, I think all the Jurassic Park movies are pretty good. Yeah, that's basically it for tonight. This weekend, I'm definitely going to be doing my Dragonheart review, and I'm going to be criticizing the Resident Evil movie. Yeah, pretty much all the Resident Evil movies, because I want to do a review on those, because I like the first two, but the rest of the movies, I'm going to give my major opinion on them, because the other ones suck. And yes, I am going to be talking about the Godzilla 1998 one. Which, that movie, for the whole score, it just deserves a 1 out of 10. That's the only good score I would give it. It sucks. I would avoid watching that movie, and if you guys have it, don't even bother watching it. It is stupid, it is not good, the characters in the movie just are annoying, and the whole thing of that Godzilla 1998 movie is not the greatest one. It just sucks. I just wouldn't watch it, so that's all I have to say for this video, and if you want to, you can comment below on this link. This is my part 2 of the of my video of my Godzilla collection and my Jurassic Park collection of DVDs. So yeah, after you pretty much watch the 2 videos of this, comment below, tell me what you think of each of the movies, and if you want me to list more of the Godzilla movies for me to do, just comment below and tell me each one you want me to do and stuff like that. And definitely subscribe to my channel. I need some more subscribers to my videos. I'm trying to work on more videos as we speak, but I need more ideas. So have a lot of people subscribe me, and to my subscribers, subscribe to all my videos, watch them, comment them, I don't care, do whatever. That's all I have to say tonight, and hopefully I'll be making more videos later on in the year, and be a watch out for my ghost hunting videos, because those are going to be coming pretty soon. So that's all for tonight, and goodbye.